Hello, hello. So I figured, sorry for this. I know it's like a little bad, the lighting in here, but maybe that's better. It's really not. But I figured I'd have a little chat while I wash my face and see if we're focusing. There we go. I've made sure to grab my tea. Oh, it's so dark. I'm so sorry. Where are my contacts? Yeah, I just thought I'd do like a little get ready with me as I sort of get ready to go out into the day. If you have eye stuff, look away. I'm about to put my contacts in. Eureka. Now I can see without glass over my eyeballs. Oh boy, oh, bingo bango. I'm gonna wash my face. First of all, let me brush my teeth because that's the loudest thing. Okay, we are back. Just gonna scrape my tongue quickly. Make sure I got all that yucky gunk out of there. Alrighty, now we're going in. Fair breath, lifesaver, best of the best. Excuse my hacking. So I thought I'd just have a little chat today, just to like let you guys know what's going on right now. As you can hear me hacking, I've been exposed to COVID yet again, 9 ways to Sunday. This week, we kind of all have. It's also cold and flu season, and we've been changing climates really quickly, really often since we're on these 1 weekers. It's been a challenge to not only keep immunity high, but also, you know, energy. And, you know, so many of us, myself included, as you've seen, have been dealing with like a lot of outside variants that are outside of our control, right? Stuff like bed bugs or, you know, any like small or big situation. Like yesterday, the entire morning from like 7 a.m. until maybe 2 p.m. was focused on getting the car situation taken care of. Hello, good morning. It's noon and I have been up for about 6 hours because there's a whole other possible bedbug situation that happened in another room in this Airbnb. Oh my goodness, when will it end? When will justice be served? And one of the girls went to put all of their stuff into the rental car trunk and then locked the keys in the trunk, and then we had somebody from the rental people come over to open the door, but then the alarm went off, and since it's a new car, there's like a fail-safe thing that completely locks the trunk and you can't pop it open even if you get into the car. And now the car has to be towed to get the trunk open, but all of the girls' laundry is in the trunk and we have to get a new car. So it's been quite a morning. And last night I was feeling symptoms of like cold washing over me and like chills and aches. I'm testing negative on everything so far, but so it's been my day so far. And not being in the show is a really stressful thing and a stressful decision to make. So I'm gonna see if I can do everything I can to be there. Sucks, but what a morning. What a morning. Never a dull moment. Fingers crossed everything's just gonna be fine. It's just gonna be fine. Maybe it's just that I need more sleep, but you know, there has been no sleep to be had in the last week and a half. It's just not my week for sleep. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard balance to strike when you are just constantly trying to take light. Yes. This isn't the dance. It's gonna be the light dance. This entire thing. I'm just gonna be doing the light dance. This is This is too spicy. Light dance, you and me. And this matrix simulation is wild. It's just been like a hard and challenging and like rewarding job, and yeah. So, you know, I wake up today. I wasn't feeling very well yesterday, and I woke up today not feeling great, and I was worried for a few days that I had COVID because I'm having the symptoms of sort of a cough. That's, I mean, you heard me hacking. I'm just gonna keep doing the light dance as I talk. What do we think? You know, the stress of trying to stay constantly well and not disappointing anybody. If I get COVID, or, you know, if I injure myself, put on sunscreen, always. Do it right now. If you're not wearing sunscreen right now, just go put it on. Anyway, sorry, rambling. I woke up today really not feeling well. I have my lymph nodes all along this side. There's one that's so swollen it feels like a marble. I've also been doing this like probably really gross thing where I'm making people touch it because it feels so weird. I'm like, feel this. They're like, please, I don't want to feel your weird lymph node that's swollen on your neck. The lymph node, the swelling of the lymph nodes are, you know, also I'm definitely fighting something. And I had a conversation yesterday with my company manager because of this car situation, and it was really stressful, and I was already tired, you know, and I'd gone through, in the last couple weeks, I have found myself hit with a lot of challenges. I can feel my voice warbling, things that I have shared online, things that no one is privy to but me and my inner circle. Challenging things. I'm okay. I truly am. I was in therapy yesterday, and, you know, it was a good cry session. And, you know, even then I felt the need to reassure my therapist that I was indeed okay. I'm just not having the best time. You know, I was talking about it in therapy yesterday, and I was talking about it with friends, and then I called my company manager because yesterday was really, really hard. It was a really hard day, and it was just a really bad bunch of circumstances beyond anyone's control, all lumped together. And I was worried with how sick I've been feeling and everything happening to me. My voice is fine, but everything around my voice seems to be really tight. But it just feels, I feel sick. My larynx feels tight, my neck, my ears, everything feels clogged. And I called her, and you know, we had a great conversation, and I said, I just need to be vulnerable with you for a second. I have a really, really bad, almost like Pavlovian response to calling out. And I didn't call out yesterday. You can hear the phlegm coming off of my cords. Take a sip of my tea. Let me go get my straw. Right there. Okay, so the phlegm is up on my top range. Can you hear that? Shaking. Can you hear that? That's not my cords. That's literally phlegm. Let me just touch my toes. I'm just gonna wake up my lungs really quick. Hold on. Okay, now I'm sweaty. Let me take you to, look at how much I'm sweating. I'm gonna take you to a cooler part of the house because this sun being on me is actually giving me quite a bit of anxiety. It's like overheating me a little bit. So going back, well, now that you've seen me work through phlegm and test where my voice is at, and I think I'll be okay for tonight. But I was calling, I told my company manager, I said, you know, in this moment I'm feeling really insecure about calling out. Because I know we have a lot going on, you know, and I'm aware that, you know, yes, I have coverage, but, you know, we're hemorrhaging a little bit here and I want to do my part, but I don't know what's going on with me. And she was like, oh, you know, I totally understand that. And like, don't, you know, it is not your job or your responsibility to save the show. You know, it's not, that's not any one person's part. These are just the cards that we as a company have been dealt. And, you know, I'm using you guys as a mirror. This is what we have to deal with while we're, you know, navigating all of this. And she's always really great. And I said, no, I know that. I said, I just I'm feeling more insecure about so many things seem to keep happening to me. I'm feeling just really challenged by these circumstances lately, and I know that they're beyond my control, and I have to let go of that. That there is only so much that I can do at any given time. You know, I can't control if a Holiday Inn has bed bugs. I can't control if we're in, you know, the Carolinas and I have a really bad ragweed allergy. I can't control that. I can't control literally cracking half of my tooth off. Breaking off part of my filling and then my tooth being completely cracked. This one. Half of that tooth isn't even tooth anymore. It's just filling until I can get my first crown. Thought someone was getting murdered behind me. I'm just gonna shut that door. I didn't realize that door was like open. But, you know, I was like, I'm just feeling like a lot of things are happening to or around me and I can't seem to avoid them. I love this job and I have so much respect for this company, but my experience has been that there's either immense support or such unfounded and remarkable hatred. And I think that it's actually really dangerous to, here I go on another ramble, I think it's super dangerous to say to people, especially, you know, someone with a large platform, or even if you're someone who doesn't have a large platform, to say things like, you know, don't listen to them, ignore the haters, you know, there's so many people that love you. It's easy to say that, but a lot of the time, the people that say that have never experienced what we experience. So like it's said with, you know, love and the best of intentions, but they have absolutely no idea what it's like to go home every day and know that there are people that are making hate videos about you or spreading lies about you on the internet or calling you names or going onto a video and calling you trash. You know, it's hard. It's really hard. You can't know how hard these jobs are until you do them. You cannot know how hard these jobs are until you do them yourself, or you work closely with someone who does and they, you know, they share that with you. Sorry for the ramble again, but this does go back to this phone call that I had with my company manager. I said, I'm feeling so insecure today about possibly needing to call out this week because I got woken up at 7, you know, and I got woken up the day before that. And I'm not getting the sleep that I need. And there's no blame here. This is just data. This is just the truth. On top of the pressure of the situation that we find ourselves in. And, you know, and I am fighting something off, and I know that this is valid. And I said, but I can't help but feel conscious and hyper aware and insecure about the fact that I hadn't called out for like, what, somewhere at like 5 weeks, 6 weeks or something. And then, you know, I got hit in Greensboro with allergies on one day, and then I went to go back and I cracked a tooth and had to wait until Tuesday morning, and I was in immense pain. Like I was in so much pain until Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. I was at a dentist's office getting my tooth completely filed down and then filled in with with like filling putty until I can go and get baby's first crown. Queen. Unfortunately, with my TMJ, having my jaw stuck open for that long, and performing on that was really hard. It wasn't that I couldn't sing, it was I couldn't open my mouth. And then, you know, the week after that, it was bed bugs. And I couldn't do the evening show because of freaking bed bugs. And then now this week, it's this. Oh no, I'm losing my sunlight. I'm feeling ill. I can feel that I'm fighting something, and my neck is swollen, my lymph nodes are swollen, and my voice is tired, and my body hurts, you know. But this pressure and this hyper awareness and anxiety surrounding calling out, it's hard. It's really hard setting my ego aside. That I might have to disappoint some people in order to continue to do this for the rest of my life. You know, it's hard. It's really hard. I already have people messaging and commenting on these videos saying, I'm coming on this day at this performance and I can't wait to see you. And all I've been thinking all week is, God, I hope I can make it. Because I don't want to waste people's time or their money. And my experience in New York was so difficult because anytime I would get back up, I'd get knocked down again, truly. Every single time I would get up, I would get knocked down. And, you know, I got back from my injury and I immediately got COVID. And then after getting COVID, I had to perform and recover from COVID. And then I had an injury flare up because I kept falling down and I would slip on these feathers. It's like this thing that happens at that show where everyone's like, oh, it's goddamn fucking feathers again. But if I fell and landed on my injury, I was just so set back. Got tonsillitis out of nowhere, like what the hell? And I internalize that so deeply. I internalize it as me not being capable, when in fact, and I'll be honest with you, I internalize it because it's a me thing, first and foremost, because I have an issue with perfection, absolutely. And there's my side of things to take accountability for, and then there's the culture of that we've built, of the pressure of you sacrificing your sanity, your safety, and your well-being to please others, or to control other people's perception of you, which is also something that I struggle with. CC Glee Project, at Glee Project. That's a difficult thing. That's a difficult thing to manage and to ignore, to not listen to. And I don't know why, but I feel like today's a red lip day. Feeling spicy. And I'm not sitting here being like, be nice to us. I'm feeling attacked. It's not that. It's just the reality of sometimes I feel like I'm not allowed to be a human, or I'm not allowed to honor, yeah, this is the moment. Honey, this is the moment. Actually, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna take it off again before it dries, because I want to lip line it first. My poor mouth. But you know, I think it's important to acknowledge the reality of how some people feel in this industry, of this strange pressure and demand to never get sick. But imagine how frustrating it is when you do everything right. You go home, you take your melatonin, you know, You drink your water, you steam, you go to bed early, you do your best to sleep, you warm up, you take your vocal lessons, you do physical therapy, you work out, you eat all the right foods for your acid. Like, it's just, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes. And I think this expectation put onto performers to, I'm not saying anybody who messages me, let me like truly preface this, that I'm not upset with anyone, nor would I have the right to be. We're all just people and we're all just doing our best, and I do believe that to the core of my being. But I think that there is an imbalance to the expectations put on performers. And like, I get like, there is like the catch-22 of, you know, I paid tickets to come see XYZ or to see so-and-so, and I didn't get to see them, or I expected this and I got this. I really understand that, and that's where a lot of agony comes from me when people are like, I've been waiting to see you, you know, or I drove all the way from here to come and see you, and it's overwhelming how remarkable and touching that is. But it is a high, I'm not saying like, I'm not even, I'm not any type of celebrity. I have no actual fame. I'm not infamous. I'm just someone that people watched on a TV show since they were like 11. So there is a connection there. And it makes me sad and stressed when I can't be there. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, I think everybody loves me. And like, I promise it's not that. It couldn't be further from that. It's a genuine, like, because I love you all, it makes me sad when I can't be superhuman. Woof, wasn't expecting that to happen to me. Sometimes I just feel like Wesley and Buttercup rolling down the hill, screaming as you wish, you know? And this isn't like, I'm not asking for pity. I'm not complaining even. I really am not, because the gratitude that I have to be in this industry, and the gratitude that I have to play the roles that I've been privileged enough to play, and to get the work that I've been lucky enough to do, and that I've worked hard for. It's just, I love this so much. I love this work so much. And I love who I get to give this work to. I love this work so much because I get to give it to people. And I love telling stories, and I love bringing people together, and I love being of service in that way. I truly believe, like, I truly do believe it's my calling. Not to have a blue check mark next to a name, or to have so many views on something or followers. I just truly believe that connecting with people and making them feel a little less alone is what I'm meant to do. I should have put on the waterproof mascara. In fact, I'm gonna add that over. This is what I was put here in this time that I'm privileged enough to have for however long I get to be here. That I'm meant to help others feel less alone. I don't say that to be like, I'm a martyr. For anybody that grew up in a church, I know I was raised in a very religious household. I didn't keep a lot of teachings from that time in my life, but I did kind of keep things that really resonated because I think they apply. Foo-foo to say, but you know, it's like ancient human principle that there is sacrifice in servitude. There is. to be in service is to, not forever, but to for a little while sacrifice the needs of yourself in order to serve a greater purpose. Now, let's go back. That does not mean if you are not in a place to sacrifice any time or to surrender time, relinquish control. If you don't have the space to do that, do not pull from an empty cup. Don't do that. That's not servitude, that's martyrdom. And I think we all do that. We all have to figure out where that line is. I'll spray myself one more time because I know I'm gonna get sweaty again. Sometimes when I feel like I don't have the space to be of service to this job, to be of service to the people that spent time and money to come and see a show, it's hard. These are just thoughts that I've been having in the last couple of weeks and honestly in the last like year and a half. And I don't think that I would have this space to kind of talk this out and space to work through these feelings had I not previously, you know, gone through challenges that, while really hard, made way for lessons of self-compassion, lessons of self-trust, forgiveness of self, etc., etc. Should I get bangs? What? I feel like I should. I feel like my forehead is more of the star than I need her to be lately. Anyway, not the point. All of this to say is that that's just where I'm at today. And I was there yesterday, is I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling like my body is giving up on me because sometimes it has to, and that's just a challenge of this job is, you know, one week you're flying high and then another week you're like, I don't have anything. I simply don't have anything. Which is very difficult when you're trying to like form self-trust and form stamina and, you know, routine, and then then you go into the spiral of, you know, did I drink enough water yesterday? Did I do this? Maybe it was because I went out and had a coffee. It was because I went out and I lived life like a human being and now I'm paying the price for it later. It's a hard thing, and I appreciate when I was on that phone call, going all the way back again to my phone call with my company manager, she said, it is not your responsibility to make sure everyone's okay. Pushing you back a little bit, sorry. Said it's not your responsibility to save this show. She was like, you simply are not big enough to do all of that. And I was like, what did you just say? And then I took that to my therapist and I told him what she said, and he said, say that again out loud. And I said, I am not big enough to manage all of that. And he said, and what are you doing right now? I said, I'm acknowledging my humanity. He said, how does that make you feel in this moment? And I said, really scared. And he said, why? I said, because it means I can't do everything that I want to do. And I said, and part of me is internalizing it as not enoughness, limited, being limited, imperfect. It always comes down to being imperfect. And maybe this is slightly oversharing, but this is authentically me. And I believe that the more that we talk about these things, the better we can understand each other. And how can we turn this fear into trust? How can we start to mold and pivot and transition this fear into trust? That's a big thing. How can we turn fear into trust? Not working from a fearful mindset, but like a trusting mindset that it will be okay, that if someone's disappointed or doesn't like me, life will go on. Or that if I have to call out and admit humanity and that I can't do it all the time, and that sometimes the dice just rolls real weird and you just get hit with challenges and challenges and challenges and challenges, and then eventually there's a season of peace. I would like to begin turning my fears into trust. Trust in myself, trust that it will be okay, relinquishing of control, surrender, always fucking surrender. I think that's it. Thanks for listening, and if any of this resonates with you, let's have a chat in the comments. I am okay. I am. I'm okay, and I will be okay. And eventually these won't be swollen, and eventually it won't be dire straits at work, and everyone will survive, and I don't always have to explain that I'm human to people. That's something that I also need to let go of, is defending myself or others for being human. May this new season be a season of shift. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the video for today. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but anybody that is dedicated to misunderstanding you, they don't know you better than you do. Love you. Mean it. Bye. One more time for editing Lindsay. I'm officially out of the show all weekend. As you can hear, she's gotten worse throughout the day. Still testing negative for COVID, but I have been pulled from the show until next week. If I continue to test negative, then I will be back next week. And it's all gonna be fine. Bye.